remember when the Celtics and the Warriors played, and it was like you had the trophy? Yeah,
it was insane. The 2022 finals was top tier in my opinion. If we did a tier list, which we could do a tier list. Maybe do tier. Do you want to do a tier list right now?
Of
audible NBA finals in the last decade.
Of last decade? Yeah, we could
starting in 14. S tier. S tier is San Antonio. No, we'll start with the F tier. One. We'll go with the F tier. All right, we'll start with F tier. Our criteria. No, F tier. 23. No, I'll put that in D.
Last year is not F.
No, F is like 2021. Narrative, hype around it, and just did it go to 7? Was it filled with drama, if you may?
Okay. I think the hot take here will be the 2020 championship because
I think that's A. I think it's an A tier.
See, I thought somebody was going to be pretty high on it, and I don't know that. I don't know if I'm A tier on it. I don't think I'm A.
I want to get to. I'll talk. Let's start with F. I will bring up why I think 2020 is an A tier. We'll go F tier first. So F tier, obviously 2021. I think there's 2 in this list. I want you to guess what y'all think my F tier final is for the other one.
So let me get the last 10 pulled up real quick.
Starting from 14. Guys, you should have this note.
And I'm back in. And I want to have them laid out so I can mark next to them. And Google shows me the 2010 finals. Great.
Okay, wait, which year?
That was a good finals.
Which year
it was.
Which year of the Warriors Cavs was everybody on the Cavs hurt?
15 and 17, really. Kyrie and Kevin Love were both pretty banged up in the 17 finals.
But 15 was like when they were missing both Love and
okay, so 15 is going to be an F tier for me. Foregone conclusion before the
I'm going to say 15 is C tier because it was the start of the Warriors dynasty.
Because LeBron. But LeBron also in that series
carried. I would say 17 is my F tier because the potential was there, but Kyrie and Kevin Love were both super hurt. And it just was it was Kevin Durant's first final, and I was very, very upset watching that the entire time.
But I felt like
it wasn't close. It wasn't.
But watching
it really
LeBron
wasn't.
In all of those Warriors, I can't put any of those series as anything lower than.
Do you want to put it in D?
Than C. I can't.
I put 17 in D.
C, man. LeBron was just magic, and we were talking about LeBron winning Finals MVP in these series as a loser, like as a losing team, still winning a Finals MVP. Like that was the conversation because that's how insane he was. So watching that from just his individual performance, like that was
I think that could
that was cathartic watching those performances.
Okay, well, fellas, at this rate, we're just going to have all these matchups in the S and A and B tier.
No, I'm putting 21. I'm putting 21. 21 is F, like lock.
I'm going to put 2017 in D then because Kevin Durant ruined basketball for 3 seasons. Let's be honest here. And it just wasn't fun. So I'll give it a D. Okay.
Okay.
What do we have, Ryan? Do you have another D tier final you're thinking of in the last 10?
Did we put 2015?
Is that your D tier? I think 2015 is a good D tier.
2015 went to 6 games though.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Once again, that Kyrie was like and Kevin Love were.
And I had to watch Harrison Barnes play basketball.
I had to watch Matthew Dellavedova be their 2 option.
Finals MVP.
Yeah, the worst Finals MVP in NBA history.
No,
by far.
Fun.
Not miserable. Fun. Yeah, also the worst Finals MVP ever. So D tier.
Let's get to the Spurs Heat. Which of the 2 is higher? Obviously, Will's going to go with Spurs.
13 is not in the last 10, so 13's out.
Oh. Yeah, I guess.
Oh wait, does it? I mean, we could count it the last 10 because we haven't had. We can count it.
We're in 2023. Yeah, we're in 2023.
Okay, well, so 2013 is A tier because the only thing that really made it special was Ray Allen's shot in Game 6, and then the Heat pretty much wiped in 7. So
Game 6, they pulled out the rope and it was over.
Yes, that was a good storyline.
That was crazy. That's almost S. I mean, what if that's not S? What's S?
You know what? I'll put it S, and I'm going to put 2014 in A tier. Yeah, I'll swap those because I was thinking 2014 was only 5 games. The Spurs absolutely dismantled the Heat in 2014. And it was pure magic. Kawhi Leonard. So this is narrative based. This is all narrative. Kawhi Leonard becomes a star. It's the Big Three's final. It closed out the dynasty on a good note, pretty much. I know they tried again next year and didn't work out the same way, but it was really it was redemption, and so that's why I'll put it A tier.
So let's go. So we did 2013.
2013 is S.
So we'll do
2014 is A.
We did 2015.
2015 is D. 2016 is S. The greatest finals in NBA history.
Cleveland.
For every it checked every box. Absolute magic. I don't know what else to say. Pure masterclass.
Just being alive for that was crazy.
Yeah, 2016 was an S tier. If there's a tier above S, it's got 2016 as a year. It got to be above. It has to be above S tier.
Yeah, no.
Well, couldn't drive a car yet.
I couldn't. But also in 2016,
I remember watching this finals at Ryan's house.
Yeah, I didn't.
You drove there.
I didn't know y'all back then. Sad. He did drive there.
I did drive there.
I also remember in 2016, the Cubs came back from 3-1 and broke their 108-year streak. So that's what made match special. But we're not talking about baseball right now. 2016 S. We had 2017 in what, D tier or F tier?
That was F.
This was the 4-1.
That was F. Yeah,
Warriors.
It was 4-1. Yeah, it was just boring. 2018, I'm going to put in D.
C?
Simply C. I'll give it a C. Simply because LeBron James, that's the greatest LeBron James. That's the greatest basketball player in NBA history.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah. There's a 4-0 sweep in 2018. I don't know.
But LeBron was averaging in that playoffs like 40, 12, and 10 on 2 steals and 2 blocks a game on like 60% shooting. Though. Absolute.
And here we have,
of course,
our
the J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
You going to put 2019 in S?
I am.
What?
Give me your reasoning. Tell me. Please tell me.
Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors writing off a buzzer beater to send them to the finals against.
You can't account that. That's not what we're talking about.
No, that's a good story.
No, hold on. To send them on the unlikely expansion team, lowly Toronto Raptors, who have never won anything in the NBA. Vince Carter abandoned them. Chris Bosh abandoned them. Kawhi Leonard might not have wanted to go there, but he said, damn it, we're going to make the most of this. I'm going to show the Spurs what they're missing, and we're going to do it against the greatest dynasty in NBA history, the greatest shooters ever, one of the greatest scorers of all time, Draymond Green.
Yeah.
We're going to do it, and they did it, damn it.
I have to put it. No,
you know what, Ryan?
Come on, man.
I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it in A.
Thompson's out the whole series. Hats off to Steph. No,
Thompson played in.
He played the first 2.5 games.
Played the first 3.
It counts,
but
that's his fault.
I mean,
I'll put it in A because I like the way
down. No, man.
I like the way Ryan presented it, though. I like the way.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it was cool for Toronto and somebody else to be in it, but
Kawhi doing that though by himself, going through those. I mean, he went through a ton of teams. He had Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry was still a great point guard at the time.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. I just hate to be that guy.
The fact that he did that, I was like, man, Spurs had something. Spurs could have won in 19. I think they had a better supporting cast than Toronto did, and we saw what Kawhi did in 17 when the Spurs went up 25 in Game 1 before Zaza pretty much took down the Spurs dynasty by himself. But we say that, and if that doesn't happen, then Victor Wembanyama is not a Spur. So,
and we don't know where that goes.
And is it worth it?
He would be a Piston.
Whoa.
That would be bad for him.
That sucks. I bet he's glad. He's San Antonio or Detroit. Which one do you want? Obviously, we were going to say San Antonio, but
San
so
Antonio.
I have 19 and A tier. Spencer is B, Ryan's S. So we're gonna put it in A since that's the middle. That's the middle ground. Okay.
2020
is
COVID, life changing.
Is S tier.
Season canceled.
It's S tier.
Hell no. No, it's not.
I'm gonna give it an A.
Bubble, Disney.
You're gonna give it an A. That's fair. It was the hardest. Every player said this too. It was the hardest. It was the hardest championship. And I went back on it. They were in Florida, isolated for 3 months. That's nuts. The psychological stuff that does to you.
Being in Florida for 3 months.
Being at Disney World
I've
for
been
3
in
months.
Texas for
that's
a long
gotta suck. I'm just saying. Yeah. That's why we're insane. Okay. So we can. I'll agree with Ryan. It's A. It's high A tier. Maybe not good enough to put it in S because
it's like soft
heat.
B.
It was the depleted Heat. To be fair, it was Jimmy
from
Butler.
a basketball perspective, it was just whatever. Like if
COVID didn't happen, this final would have been C tier. But the storyline, the season pauses for 4 months.
Basketball was mid.
You got to include narrative. You have to include the storyline behind it.
It's part of it. Yeah, it's part of it.
I'll put it A.
I'm also just down because I was so in on the Celtics that season. I thought that was it. I thought they were going to be.
They were until who was it?
Crushed. That was a
shot that shot at the last
Eastern
second?
Finals.
That's right.
Butler?
That's right. They were in the Eastern Conference. I forgot about that. Yeah. Unironically, the Heat and the Celtics continued their rivalry, even though no one from either team in the early 2000s are on the same. I think that's cool. That's a good rivalry to have.
Yeah.
That and the Warriors, of course, which we're going to go on next because we already agreed 2021 was by far the worst finals we've seen.
2021 was
2022, I got to put a damn near close S tier, honestly.
It's S.
Curry did it by himself.
I put it A.
You're going to put it A? I think I'm going to put it A.
I got it A.
I don't think I can compare it to 13 and 16. But I can.
But it was pretty
electric. Yeah. I mean, just the presentation of it, like you said earlier, was fantastic.
That matters. And that's literally the networks telling you how much stock they're putting into it. Like the scoreboard for last year's finals for the Heat Nuggets, it was the same regular season scoreboard. There was nothing fancy on the court. There was no trophies. There was no fancy commercials all going on during the week, during the sports broadcasting. There was nothing, no flavor. Like people just knew like this is probably the Nuggets, maybe the Heat steal a game or two. They did. Congrats. But it was just kind of flavorless. I just thought like there's no excitement, but the Celtics Warriors, two of the biggest brands in the sport, two of the most exciting like cores in the sport. You had the old and the new, older and the new, and that's old. Always a good storyline.
They're old.
Yeah, I mean they were kind of towards the end there. But yeah, that was peak. And getting together to watch those every single night was just
that was fun. I saw a video.
So crazy.
Remember that video of Michael, of Mike saying he was like, "Listen, I hate LeBron," and we're like, "Okay." I'll send you that video. Is so funny. I saw it a few days ago.
Mike petting the dog.
Yeah,
Mike in a Celtics jersey.
That was good. Yeah. So I guess that can play into our storyline too. That was our first
fun.
That was Thank You Bros' first finals series that we ever watched together. Touching. We didn't watch last year because Ryan absolutely threw. But
I lived in another city.
2024, we will be watching the Celtics and
Nuggets.
Who do I want here?
That could be
probably
S
the
tier.
Nuggets. Could be.
I have an idea that I'm going to say on air.
Celtics Lakers might be S tier.
That would be fun.
Would be S.
We could do live reactions to the NBA Finals.
We could.
We
got some time to think about that one though. It's only February. I would need a few months to figure out how that would even work. Are you saying stream
Twitch
it?
Or YouTube?
Are you saying streaming it? Okay,
Stream it.
you are saying stream it. Okay, it'd be YouTube.
I think a pregame thing would be better because I think people are watching the game.
Yeah,
but we could do like a pregame or like a postgame reaction thing. That could be fun.
That would be fun.
Maybe a little pregame, but I also would maybe just one game. Maybe one game. Obviously not all of them.
Well,
yeah, we'll think about it.
Depends what the audience wants.
A closeout game.
What TYB
sound
audience
off
will
in the
speak.
comments. All right, we got one more. We got one more finals. 2023. We already talked about flavors. I'm going to put a D tier simply because it was Jokic's first, the greatest player in basketball.
I'm going to give it a
Won his
C
first.
because of the same reason.
Okay, I think that's fair. I'll go with you.
Yeah.
I'll side with you on that. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. I knew who was going to win going into it.
Yeah, but big
The
moments
Celtics
for Jokic.
would have been 7 games if the Celtics
Yep.
made it. I still think the Nuggets are insane last year.
It was one of those finals where I watched every game, but I didn't feel compelled to watch every minute. I was kind of in and out of it. I would flow.
It was
Exactly.
on. It was
I'd go
on.
Clash
back.
of Clans every now and then.
Ooh,
Maybe
that's
some
good.
video
you know,
games.
I'm spending more
Yeah.
time like live tweeting than like, actually
exactly.
locking
Not
in.
invested.
I'm like,
because
okay,
there weren't
yeah.
really any close games. They're all blowouts.
No,
but
there's a lot of blowouts back.
narrative was good. I appreciated Jokic winning his first. I think it was a good
Yeah.
storyline. Plus, Denver had never won, and Denver's been around.
And they kept that group together for so long that it to see
Yeah.
it finally pay off. Was
They did a
really
good
cool.
job.
So
hats off to management for that one. So we didn't have any B tier. I'm looking at. I
put
compiled
19
our
in B.
list. You did put 19. Okay,
I put 19 in
19's
B.
like high B, low A. Then I think Ryan's
That's fair.
reasoning. Ryan painted me a good picture where I felt compelled to put it in A tier, but
Thank you, bro.
A B. Yeah, so that
But
was
that's a
good.
good outline on the last 10 years. We know what the peak is, and we know what the gutter is.
Yeah,
and everything
so
else is
hopefully
just
we can
kinda-
get another A tier final. Depends on the matchup. I'll tell you, a D tier final would be the Bucks playing the Timberwolves. Probably an F tier final, honestly.
Yeah, no history.
That would be
no-
miserable. It would be two
Nothing
Midwest. It would be
exciting.
two Northern teams. That would be a miserable watch. Karl Anthony Towns shot chucking in the NBA Finals would be the worst thing I've probably ever seen.
Cold and dark.
God bless Giannis. That would be. He's one of the most boring players to watch from like a just.
Because he just drives
he's run and
dunks.
dunk. I mean,
No, good for
and
him.
it's effective, and he's one of the best. But watching that against
It
a not
sucks.
very exciting Timberwolves team, and I love Ant, I do, but
Can you imagine Gobert
love Ant.
winning Finals MVP?
Can you imagine all of that happening in the Target Center?
Ugh.
Yeah,
And the Pfizer
miserable.
Forum again. Not
Ugh.
again. Not again.
Again.
Can't have it happen twice. So
Yeah,
that would
we
be
don't
F
want
tier.
that. No.
And then of course A tier would be Celtics, Lakers, Celtics, Nuggets.
Celtics Thunder is a great jersey matchup. Very, very, very good.
What are we
colors
thinking?
on them.
Celtics, Mavs. What would that be? Potentially.
I'm a big fan
Kyrie
of that.
and Luka.
I
Kyrie
love when
comes
they
back to
play.
the finals. That could be something. Grant Williams is no longer there though, so it doesn't mean as much.
Yeah, but Kyrie's
It just
Dude,
means
that would be bad because Grant would have a moment where he hits like 3 straight threes or like hits 2 free throws and then like makes it like goes crazy.
he makes both.
And it would get in somebody's head on the Celtics.
I
They
wish
just
he
know
did
it.
make both.
It would piss
Yeah, so
Tatum off,
we
and
all
Tatum
know.
wouldn't be able to, because they're best
Yeah,
friends.
he
and
would just
He'd
see
be
tunnel
rattled.
vision.
He'd be rattled.
Yeah, tunnel
Yeah.
vision. He wouldn't pass the rest of the game. It would be bad. So,
watching your
it's good that
dipshit
Grant's
best
gone.
friend sink 2 huge shots against your team in the biggest
Absolutely
stage.
devastating.
Yeah.
Absolutely devastating. All
They're
right.
miserable.
So yeah, there's you know what? Boom. Found a segment to put on YouTube. Finally. We did good, guys. We did
Yeah,
good.
that's
God
nice.
bless.
It was like 10, 12 minutes
did
for
it.
YouTube.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
bless you,
That's,
YouTube.
That's good.